What is going on, guys? It is a crappy weekend. Terrible weekend, but we're long overdue for some TUFFSTATO action. So one thing we do have to go in this thing is our new coilovers. So we'll get our MXR coilovers out and start looking at getting them in this thing finally. So it's been down in the paddock, neglected a bit, but obviously since I've had the patrol running, it's time to get this thing pretty well sorted so that I can get it for sale. And obviously, as you guys know, camming it has been part of the plan for a very long time, and coilovers as well. So keen to see what it looks like on these VE Calais 19-inch wheels. Dropped a little bit. I think it's going to be sick. Rightio, guys, so here are our Max Speeding Rods coilovers, thankfully sponsored by Max Speeding Rods. Now, I know that these are a controversial thing, often talked about, but for those who have been watching the channel for a long time, remember that I ran Max Speeding Rods coilovers in my R31. I absolutely beat the crap out of it. They never missed a beat. They were awesome, honestly. I didn't have a single issue with them. My only thing about them was that they were really stiff, which obviously at the time for me, for the car, suited me really well. For these ones, I was just relying on the fact that obviously the Statesman's a big, heavy car, that these things should hopefully ride pretty well. But we'll find out as soon as we get them in. So as well as those, we've got a set of brand new coil tops for the front, because mine are absolutely cooked. Every time you hit a bump in this thing, it makes you cringe because of how that happens. So anyway, brand new coil tops, new coilovers. Let's get them in there. Hopefully a nice simple install. Should probably also add that these have been sitting here in the corner for freaking months. I've been meaning to get them in this car for so long. So freaking long. As you guys know, it's not been a very good year for us. We're way behind on work. We haven't had much spare time. So we're finally making some time to do a few things, and we're finally getting these things into the car. So huge thanks to Max Speeding Rods for supplying the coilovers, and thank you for being so patient, waiting for us to get these in the car and do this video. So it's been a hot minute since we saw TUFFSTATO here on the channel. I think the last time that we saw it on the channel was when we did the full exhaust system install. Now, obviously you can see it's got new wheels on it. I didn't obviously do a video just on new wheels because that would be a really short video, but we replaced the old cracked 18s with this set of VE Calais 19-inch wheels that we got, that I got for a pretty good price, and I reckon it looks awesome. It really suits these wheels, so I'm pretty keen to see. Yeah,
I've always liked them.
They just suit it. I know, I've always been a big fan of good OEM wheels on cars, and this just looks good, so I'm keen to see it with a little bit more low. But yeah, we'll see what issues we come across. Obviously, I know that these things can have camber issues in the rear when you drop them down, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so moving along here, having a great time. Obviously, for starters, get your wheels off. After that, you need to undo your sway bar mount on both sides to drop your sway bar down. The brake retainer for the brake line, it's a bit tricky, but it's actually got a flat spot, so you have to rotate it to get it out of the keeper. The ABS wheel speed sensor line's pretty simple. It just plucks out. You undo your 2 bolts on your knuckle, and then the single nut on the strut top, and this whole strut should just come out. Happy days. So then you do the same on the other side, and then we can look at getting the new ones in. I should probably definitely preface this by saying that I don't actually know what I'm doing at all. I'm just reading the instructions. I'm going off what's coming out of the car, reading the instructions and trying to put it together as best as I sort of can. So this is the instructions that came with the new strut tops. Which honestly, these ones don't look too bad, so I'm starting to worry about what the knock is in the front end if it's not those. But anyway, we actually have to reuse the nut and washer that's under here, so it's a bit of a pain because it means I actually have to take apart the old strut assembly. I was really hoping just to leave them together. Firstly, because it's a pain to take them apart, and secondly, if anyone ever wanted to take the coilovers out of the car after they buy it, because I know they're not to everyone's taste, they could easily do that. But honestly, these, I don't know how long these have been in the car. Probably not a great idea for them to go back in anyway. If someone wanted to replace these with stock items, they probably should buy new stuff anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna have to go find the spring compressors so that I can take this apart and put everything together on this one the way it should be. So a few issues we're having. Firstly, the instructions for the new strut tops I've got have told us to reuse the inverted washer and nut from the top of the old one. So I took it apart and I got the inverted washer and nut off it, which is this one here. However, the Max Speeding Rods coilover is a different thread, different size. The nut doesn't work, so I actually didn't particularly probably need to take that apart. But what I'm going to do is leave the nut off. I'm going to put the inverted washer on anyway, and we're going to put them installed and essentially basically just have it as a one piece, as it would be installing a coilover into any other car. We're just fixing it at the top. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all adjustable. It's not like we're clamping a spring into it, so there's not really a super big need for the intermediate nut, I don't believe. And what I've done to make it easier on us is just adjust everything all the way down so that we've got as much room at the top of the coilover as possible. As you can see, there's heaps of room there that this will have to come up. So it just makes it a lot easier to get it into the car, and then we'll adjust it from there and move everything back up. So we've got the first one in. I've got it adjusted about as high as I'm comfortable adjusting it. I see people all the time ragging on these coilovers about them snapping, and they post photos, and it's because they had them adjusted with the base height all the way out with about 5 or 6 threads engaged on the bottom of the coilover, of the actual coilover body. Duh, of course it's gonna freaking snap. You've got all the load underneath it, trying to push it in, and the top of it fighting it out. Of course it's gonna break if you don't leave enough thread engagement in the base height adjuster. So it's about as tall as I'm happy to run it. And I just wanna make sure that at this height of this coilover with some weight on it, that it is gonna be high enough, because obviously we're super, super busy at the moment. We really can't afford a whole day doing a coilover install on a car, only to find out that it's not gonna go high enough to drive, essentially. So we're gonna put some weight down, see how this goes. Being a, you know, renowned fairly stiff coilover, I'm hoping it won't move much, and that's a pretty good height where it is, and I'll be really happy with that. So let's have a look. Not looking good.
Those back discs are about to touch the ground, so.
Yeah, okay. We're going down. This is not looking good. Probably a bit low for my liking. I mean, it looks cool, but this is a car that I want to sell. Well, I suppose we'll go back up, put some blocks under the rear discs, and try again. This is all for nothing. I'm going to be so mad. Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, this is probably not going to work, guys. I mean, the only other thing I can do is just wind the spring right up, put a heap of preload on the spring, which will probably help with the sag a little bit. We might get a bit more height out of it that way.
Yeah.
But I don't want to adjust the base height out anymore.
Yeah.
Than that.
Yeah, because of the thread engagement.
Yeah. So we might try that. We'll try just preload the spring a heap more. Like if we can just get another 15 mil, I'll be happy enough. But that's too low, particularly for a car I want to sell and our roads at the moment. If that would be the ground, that would literally be like 20 mil to the mud yard.
It's all right, they'll shorten themselves up.
Alex Brown and Adam would be having a field day. They'll be loving it. So that worked out all right. I put managed to move the spring base up like 40 mil, and it's lifted the car, you know, around that 10 to 15 mil like I wanted. So happy enough to say that these are gonna get to the height that I want. Might be rough as heck, but there's no legalities on how rough it's gonna be. Only how high it is. And like I said, Statesman is a big heavy car. These coilovers aren't particularly built for a Statesman. They are only built for a Commodore. I'm pretty sure the Statesman's got quite a few extra kilos, a bit more junk in the trunk. So, you know, I'm hoping that just the extra weight of the car versus what the coilovers were actually sort of built for will mean that it sort of rides fairly well. But we'll find out. Either way, we're going to continue on with the install because I'm confident that I will get the height that I want. Let's do it. Right, so a bit of an issue that we're having. On this side, we were able to just sort of crank this nut up and it was fine. I was happy to just do up on this shaft, but on this side, the whole shaft turns. So obviously it is like a piston in the shock, and the whole shaft is turning obviously inside the shock, and there's nothing that we can grab and hold on the bottom side to hold it to do the nut up. So we're a bit lost for what to actually do about this, because you got a plan? Rex got a plan. All right, let's figure it out. All right, crisis averted. She's done up. So Rex just used some zip ties and rubber tape and witchcraft to hold the shaft.
Just rubber tape to give it something to, with some friction, and then just wrap the zip tie around it a couple of times, and then I had to hold it because it actually broke the end off. Like, it would have been better if I'd done maybe another wrap and held it, but anyway, it worked.
Yeehaw, all right. Fronts are done and in, yeehaw, which means it's time to move on to the rears, which are a fairly simple setup. You just replace the shock with a base height adjustable shock, then you put the spring in the spring perch, and it's an adjustable spring. So it's not a true coilover, it is just an adjustable spring and adjustable shock, but obviously it achieves the same thing. So we'll get that in the back. Hopefully the back goes high enough. I'm going to preemptively pretty much set it about as high as I'm comfortable with those springs on those perches. and see where it ends up on the floor. So you can see, pretty simple shock spring. The nuts for the top of the shocks are in the boot. Rex is just sorting them out at the moment. And I'm hoping that with the shock drops, we can drop this whole arm enough that we can just pop the spring out without having to use the compressors. That would be great, but pretty simple. Not that the fronts were very complicated, just obviously there's a little bit more to figure out in the fronts. But yeah, super simple in the rear. Rightio guys, so we got the spring out. Did end up having to take this arm off to get it to drop down enough to actually get the spring out of its two perches, but it's out, so we can start installing our new stuff. So the shocks are meant to seat inside the knuckle. There's a hole there where the space is meant to seat in the knuckle, and then you do it up on the knuckle. But this is about 1 mil too big to fit into the knuckle, so it doesn't actually seat in there at all, which is a problem. Alrighty guys, so with a little bit of attitude adjustment with the diagunder, we have our shocks in the knuckles. So I know a lot of people are going to jump on the comments and start bashing Max Speeding about the fact that they don't fit, but the fact is that these coilovers are not made for a Statesman. They are a Commodore kit, so this is not anything against Max Speeding at all. This is just documenting the issues that we've had trying to install these coilovers on this 2004 WK Statesman. So there are a lot of differences in the platform between Statesman and Commodore, so I sort of was expecting there to be some issues like this. So for all I know, the Commodore knuckles might have a slightly smaller diameter for that hole. They could be totally different. We know from owning a couple of Statesmans that buying Commodore parts don't always work. I think particularly the WH, like the tie rod ends and rack ends are different to Commodore. They're a different size, so there are some differences in the platform. So just a little bit of adjustment to get them to fit, but either way, we're pretty right. I've got that adjusted to about where I think I want to. We're just gonna fix up an exhaust mount that's broken off the car while we've got it up in the air. And then we will drop it down on some wheels and see where the rear is sitting. All right, guys, so just going off what the heights of the fronts ended up at, I was sort of decided I'd adjust the rears as high as they'd go comfortably, figuring they'd probably be pretty low, but they are not. So we need to adjust the spring down quite a bit on the spring perch. Tighten up the shocks in the tower first, and then we'll get the springs back down. And we're on adjusties at all four corners in the Stato. We finally get to see it at a proper height on these new wheels after only nearly 11 months, which has been great. Rightio guys, so it's still filthy, needs a good clean, but it does look a lot better. Dropped a little bit, so I'm hoping it settles just a little bit. Obviously we just took it off the hoist and just put weight on it, moved outside. So I'm hoping after a bit of a drive, it does settle maybe like another 5 mil or so. I'd be stoked with it. If it's just tuck and tire, I'll be wrapped. So where that is at the moment, we've got the spring adjusted all the way down on the perch with the lock ring on it. But if you wanted to, so you can see in there, if you wanted to, you could actually take the lock ring out and adjust the spring base all the way down and lock it to the actual base for the adjuster. And that will get you another, another sort of 5 to 10 mil if you wanted to. But it's worked out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Huge big thank you to Max Speeding Rods for supplying the coilovers. I will put a affiliate code on the screen in the description. I'll put a link in the description. If you're keen, go and buy a set. I get a kickback, everyone wins. It's great. So for what you get for your money for these things, they really are incredible. Value for money. Like you've seen, there might be for your particular car, if it's not a Commodore like this, it's a Statesman or something, there might be a little bit of a adjustment that you need to do, a bit of attitude adjustment to get it to work. But again, for the value for money, it's hard to go past. So all that's left to do now is go for a drive, and let's see how it drives. We're cruising along here. This thing is obviously a lot stiffer than factory, as you would expect, but it's really not as rough as I've heard a lot of people make out. Definitely, as I was saying at the start of this episode, it's definitely not as rough as it was in my drift car, and I think that is a lot to do with the extra weight that we've got in the car. But yeah, I would more than happily, like our roads around here are certainly not good roads. They're pretty typical Queensland roads. It's a pretty good test. Yeah, like it's a good test. And honestly, I'd be more than happy to travel in this thing. It's, it feels good. Honestly, it actually feels quite good. So I'm impressed. Rex is in the car, he's quite impressed as well. Colour me impressed. And Rex has done a lot of Ks in this vehicle. Before it was mine, it was his daily. Well, I mean, realistically, it is still his, but it was his daily for a long time before he got the XR6 Turbo, so he's done a lot of Ks in this car, and even he's impressed, so. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty happy with this. I'd more than happily travel around in this, drive long distances, still nice and comfy. The big Stato, so.
Yeah, all it needs is a big converter and a big old camshaft.
Which is coming. We were going to actually do that instead of the coilovers this weekend, but we realised we didn't have a few of the things we needed to get it done. So I'm going to order that this week. So hopefully sometime in the next 2 weeks, we'll have this thing fully cammed, converter, the whole berries. Hopefully aim for around that 380 wheel horsepower mark. And the only other thing I wanted to do to it after that was good diff gears, like 3.7s or 3.9 diff gears, which I don't think I'll get a chance to do. I really need to sell it, but looking forward to camming it. It's going to be sick. All sorted. Test drive was awesome. Like I said, I am very, very impressed. Like I said, I was sort of somewhat worried about them being uber stiff, like the ones in the drift car were. But it was no secret even at the time when I had those coilovers in the drift car. I used to say that I always was very surprised with how much of the abuse they put up with. Like I smashed ripple strips in that thing a lot of times, and the coilovers were never an issue. But in this thing, just feels good. It's not too stiff. Just stiff enough just to feel good. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed, and that's honestly too, like I really am impressed by these coilovers for what they cost. It's pretty wild. So anyway, that's pretty much the Stato for now. Tune in for the next episode, hopefully not too long. I know it's been a long time between episodes on this thing. Obviously, like I said, it's been a pretty wild year for us, but yeah, we'll hopefully be camming this thing in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully get some decent horsepower out of it. Then she'll be pretty much done. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, go buy some merch. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, see you, bye.